A lot of events over this past weekend surrounding UFC 248, and I'm talking about all of them with my brother Shanksy. And if you're ready for that, guys, you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
Valley flying.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? Valley Flying here. I am back. I am joined by my brother from across the pond, Shanksy, coming to us live from the Mortal Kombat Dojo, brother. How are you doing?
I'm living the dream, Valley, coming to you live from the Combat Keyboard Warrior Dojo.
Oh, I love it. It sounds intense. It sounds very intense, brother. So let's get right into it. What did you think of UFC 248?
Oh, mate, I thought that women's fight was one of the best fights I've seen forever. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. One of the prelims looked really good as well. I don't know if you saw the prelims as well. Sean O'Malley looked really, really good on the prelims.
Yeah, very, very solid. I think there's a lot of speculation how he would look after 2 years off. And I think he looked better than when he left. So, yeah.
Huge amount of ring rust there. Did not play a part at all. Dariush looked solid. The main event I thought was a little bit lacking though.
Hold on. Let's talk about that Dariush fight because that was exciting. He looked like he was going to get knocked out and come from behind and knocks the guy out. That was pretty exciting for me.
Yeah, and not being funny, one of the big criticisms that Dariush has always taken is that he hasn't got much of a jaw. You know, like you land that punch on him, you're going to finish him, and he got hurt, man, but he still come back. He done the business.
Yes, that's a very, very, very good ending. Main event. Let's talk about that. I know you want to talk about that. Little disappointed. I was disappointed with the way Romero was fighting, especially in that fourth, fifth round. I thought, all right, I'm watching the first few rounds. All right, this is strategy, conserving energy. And all right, he's gonna explode. If rounds 4 or 5 comes, he's gonna explode. Just go and take Adesanya down, or just pepper him with shots. But a little disappointed that did not happen.
I genuinely don't know if Romero's got the gas tank for 5 rounds. I genuinely don't know, just by the stature of the guy, the way that he's built. I know he looks like an absolute machine, right? But I don't know if he's got that type of gas tank to go into those championship rounds.
Well, he's got a lot of muscle. And, you know, muscle takes a lot of oxygen. The more muscle you have, the less stamina you have. Of course, there's some people that are born with a lot of muscle naturally, and they usually have the gas tank. But people that normally put on the muscle, it's a little harder for them to be stamina. And I'm not sure if he was just born like that or if he put that on over time. But yeah, it takes more oxygen to fuel all those muscles. So it does make sense. I definitely would give the first round to Romero. After that, it gets a little questionable in the scoring. Who did you think won?
I thought Adesanya won. I thought the whole performance was fairly lackluster. Yeah. And I think one of the big things, when you leave it down to the judges, right, you've got to do enough to take that title away.
I feel the same. Yeah.
He didn't do enough to walk away with the belt, right? So even if it was a little bit closer than what it might have said on the scorecards, Adesanya deserved to walk away the champ. He didn't lose that night, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't do enough to lose the championship. Now, neither men were really engaging. They were both counter punchers. Whose fault do you think? Who do you think should have been the more engaging fighter in this fight?
I thought they were both going to come forward heavily. I thought Romero was going to be the aggressor. He normally is. And I thought Adesanya was just going to be too wiry for him. And it didn't pan out like that at all. They were both waiting for that counter. And we didn't really get much action as a result of that.
Now I got to say, if you watch the fight back, very uneventful. But I got to admit, I was a little excited watching the fight because at any moment you knew there could just one punch and it could be over. So that led to excitement watching it live, but you know, watching it after the fact, you know the results, it loses a lot.
But that's the beauty about combat sports. Like that is the beauty about sports in general. You know, when you're watching it live, anything could happen. And especially when you got two guys in the cage as powerful as they are, Like, and in UFC, one punch can end it all.
And you would see these flashes here and there in that fight. Every minute or so, you would get a couple seconds. Oh no, that's it. That's all they're gonna do. And then wait another minute, something else happened. But a little lackluster. But before that was the co-main event, and you talked about it. One of the greatest fights probably ever. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you could call either fighter a loser in this fight, because both women just came at it, threw a bunch of shots, took a bunch of shots. Huge hematoma over Joanna's head, and I think it was the third round. It started opening up, and she did not phase her. She just kept coming forward, throwing kicks, throwing punches. Whaley was landing them. Man, it's an unbelievable performance from both women.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal fight. They stood in the pocket, they traded blows, they counted. It was just beautiful. And neither lady was backing down to the other. They were coming forward. Some of the shots they were landing, and how it went to the round 5, especially after Joanna's face opened up the way it did, after it started swelling the way it did. I genuinely thought the doctor might stop it. Like, did you see the state of her afterwards?
Oh my goodness!
And let's be fair, Wei Zhang also had to go to the hospital after that fight. Immediately after that fight,
yeah.
Both girls have been given 2-month suspensions. Like, whoa. Yeah,
that final spinning back from Joanna opened up a cut over Whaley's eye, and it's because it was the final blow. It didn't really affect the fight too much, but interesting if she threw that punch earlier and see what would happen to that cut. If it happened in one of the earlier rounds, yeah. So, but not only were there the fights this weekend, there was some other drama outside of the actual fights. The first one, I guess it started. Let's backtrack a little. Started way back in the build up to the UFC 249 with Tony and Khabib. Now, they faced each other in the press conference, and we see Khabib kicking Tony's belt off the stage. And the reason he gave afterwards, because he seems like a very calm individual, but certain things trigger him. And I guess it was Dylan Dennis talking about his religion that triggered him to jump outside the cage. And I guess it was Tony Ferguson talking about street fights that triggered him in this instance. Because it's like, you have never been in a street fight. We do street fights all the time in Kazakhstan. You don't know what a street fight is. So I guess that triggered him. And we had some responses to that. But I guess all of the response from Conor was triggered by the teammate of Khabib. So let me show you what the tweet said, because it was deleted. And Islam Makhachev, I probably butchering that, but he's a teammate of Khabib. He's fighting on the undercard of the Khabib fight in UFC 249. His tweet was, "This is not a women's sport," in response to that awesome fight. Yeah, and I guess he knew he was in the wrong because he deleted it, but in this world of screenshotting, it did get screenshotted. What do you think of this tweet?
Mate, where do you even begin? It's 2020. These are professional athletes. You know, how can you say this isn't a sport for you, that isn't for you, or whatever? Especially after that performance.
After that fight, agreed. Jeez.
He's just bitter that either one of them ladies would have knocked him out.
Possibly. They're both tough as nails. But Conor tweeted, and this tweet was not saved in the interwebs, or I don't have a copy of it, but this was also deleted. But Conor's response to this: an absolute cretin, a convicted steroid cheat that will do anything to avoid impact and stall a fight, and then talks down one of the greatest exchanges of combat ever produced by our female combatants. These little gremlins, it's back on, filthy rat, shame on the game. And that was Conor's response to this. Deserved?
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say, look, these camps hate each other, man. Yeah. Like, there's fights made all the time in the UFC. I've not really seen a level of hatred between two camps. And this isn't just Khabib and Conor hating each other. This is the camps that hate each other. Yeah. And Yeah, I'd say that's well deserved. After like he's left his camp wide open to make a blanket statement about all the women combatants in the sport. To make a blanket statement like that, you know for a fact that Notorious is getting involved in that.
Yeah, I mean, Conor was in the wrong with that bus incident in New York. I think he's in the right here for this response tweet. I think Khabib's teammate was in the wrong there, but Conor responded with more tweets of the street fights that Khabib was talking about, and he posted pictures of Khabib in the bus. That was a little low, I think, but Khabib responded to that. And his first response was a picture of their fight with the caption "Help." What do you think of these guys starting to get into it on social media? And Khabib's tweet is still up, by the way. Conor's just since deleted.
I'm looking at Khabib's tweet now, and this is the thing: like Khabib destroyed Conor, absolutely destroyed Conor, and that help caption. There's not a lot you can say about that, man. There's not a lot you can say about it.
All right, well, Khabib was not done because he followed it up with this tweet here. A video of Khabib or Conor punching the older gentleman in the pub. Show it to your son and say how good you are at the street fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know if you guys have seen the footage. I couldn't believe it was Conor McGregor at first. I couldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it because it's a terrible punch. It's a sucker punch. And oh my days, I don't even know what to say about that one.
On an older gentleman as well. Not even a fighter, not even someone involved in the sport of fighting, just an older gentleman that I believe this was because he didn't want to drink Conor's whiskey at the bar.
That's what he's meant to be around. And the funniest thing is though, about all of this, Conor is obviously known for his power and everything like that. That older guy that weren't expecting a punch coming, that's not a professional fighter, took it on the chin, looked around, and carried on drinking. Like,
what was this? Get out of here! Stop just serving my drinking here.
Trying to drink me Guinness, now leave me alone.
What's up with all this heat? I mean, this is not even Khabib's next fight, and a lot of heat between these two camps. They don't have a fight scheduled right now. I think Conor's supposed to fight Justin Gaethje. If I'm not sure if that is booked, but I think that's the word on the street. Neither of these men are fighting each other, but they already start some buildup for their next fight. Do you think this is a distraction for Khabib in his Tony fight?
I think it could be. Like, look, not being funny, Khabib's a professional. He's going to be focusing on the job at hand. He's going to be hitting the gym. He's going to be hitting his fight camp, and he's going to be doing what needs to be done. Yeah. But all of this type of drama is not needed for him right now. You know, he doesn't want to be thinking about anything but fighting Tony, and he doesn't want to be getting bogged down in this, you know, like this world. Well, we know the guys hate each other. We'd love to see it round two. I think round two goes the same way as it did before. I don't think much changes for Conor, unfortunately. But this is getting a little bit childlike, isn't it? Where everyone's just jumping on Twitter.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy it though. I gotta admit, I kind of enjoy this whole thing, all this drama. Speaking of drama. There was a little scuffle in the stands that night with Brian Ortega and the translator of the Korean Zombie here. And what was said is I guess there was some on the Area Hawani show. Korean Zombie was there with his translator, who I guess is a Korean pop star, and he was saying that Ortega is ducking him, is scared of him, and for some reason Ortega got mad at the translator instead of Korean Zombie and went ahead and slapped him at the arena and got escorted out. What are your thoughts on him going after the messenger instead of going after Korean Zombie himself?
Honestly, I think this is absolutely disgusting. I really like Brian. All right, I really like Brian Ortega a lot. He slapped the translator. That's ridiculous.
A little bit out of character for him, right?
Massively out of character.
Everybody says that he's such a nice
translator.
Yeah. I mean, everything I hear is that he's such a nice guy and very chill, but not that particular night. I'm not sure what went on that night.
Look, we all know the saying, "Don't shoot the messenger."
Yeah.
And I think that applies to slapping the Korean rap star as well. You know, like there was just no need for it.
Well, there was a response from the Korean Zombie. This is a good one. All right. Last night, you sat 10 meters away from me and Jay Park. For 2 hours, nothing happened, so I thought everything was fine. But you fucking attacked Jay Park while I went to the bathroom. Jay Park is not a professional fighter, but a musician. You slapped a civilian who merely helped translate. Even worse, you were sitting there waiting until I would be absent and attack Jay Park. It was not a fight like real men would do. What you have done is same as a grown-up to beat up a child. You should have attacked me. If so, I would not be upset. You are such a coward for slapping a musician, not a fighter. You fucking planned this to fight me and use my name because people don't remember your name anymore. Then I congratulate you. It worked. I will fight you and then I will knock you out and your fucking face will be bloody. Now your fucking face stays in my mind and I will fuck you up in a cage. I hope you won't run away from me again. With this picture right here. Wow, Korean Zombie. I didn't know him to be talking trash either, but I guess Brian Ortega brought it out of him.
But he's not talking trash, in my opinion. This guy's had his best mate slapped for no reason when Ortega didn't have the minerals to go up and deal with it when he was sat there. This is a solid response, and he is pissed off the Korean Zombie. And he's not a type of dude that you'd want looking for your skull. You know, he's not the type of dude you'd really want to anger.
Yeah, both of these guys are killers, man. I wouldn't want to mess with either Ortega or Korean Zombie, but geez, I don't know why you would antagonize him. I mean, maybe it's a publicity stunt, but Jay Park was on the Ariel Helwani show after this and said, if it was a publicity stunt, why wouldn't you have anybody film it? Why wouldn't you have anybody attack that? If I wouldn't be so confused if you did that, but you just did that and got escorted out. So it was kind of a strange scenario there. Brian Ortega did respond. I officially want to apologize to Jay Park for Saturday night. When Zombie is ready, we can fight. Is this a fight that you're looking forward to?
It is now.
Both of them are known as grapplers, so I'm not expecting a stand-up war, but you never know with MMA.
This is it. You just never ever know, and I don't know, man. We'll have to see how it goes, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's footage of Henner friendly rolling with Korean Zombie back in Korea back in the day. So I'm not sure why Henner's #1 protege would be antagonizing Korean Zombie like this. I thought they were all cool, but I guess I was wrong.
There must have been some bad blood somewhere that. It's so out of character for Ortega. It really is. I don't get it.
Yeah, both of these guys is cool. I'm looking forward to this fight as well. And other fights I'm looking forward to, guys. We talked about this last week. Ion Cutelabra. He is getting, and I apologize, I'm probably butchering that name as well. He is getting a rematch with his boy Magmed Sharipov, or I'm probably butchering both of their names too, but the early stoppage, the ducking, the wobbling, they're having a rematch. And it looks like it's coming up very, very soon as well. So fun fight. I'm glad they're running this back. And it looks like they're also running that Benavidez fight back as well. So we'll see if Figueiredo can make weight on that one.
Yeah, he needs to. He needs to be moved up a weight division permanently. Like, if you miss weight twice, like, that's it. You're out of that division, in my opinion. And I know Dana White's on a similar type of opinion with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, their division needs this. They were talking about shutting down the division, and currently no champion in that division. So they really need to get a champion and solidify that. So it does not get shut down. And looking forward.
They do need some fireworks, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, they need something.
Agreed. Well, that is what happened this weekend. Next video, we're going to be talking about some predictions for this upcoming fight night. Kevin Lee, Charles Oliveira in the main event, guys. And check out our next video that we're going to do. Anything else that you want to talk about this, or?
No, I tell you what, I think this could be, with the amount of fighters at the moment, drama, all these Twitter beefs and all that. We could probably do this on a weekly basis, Valley.
It could be a daily basis. It could be a daily basis. There's so much that goes on in a week in MMA. Cool. Well, guys, stay tuned for the next video. And Shanksy, tell everybody where they can find you, my brother.
Guys, you can find me either over on Twitch, which is Shanksy, or you can find me over on YouTube, which is either Shanksy or Shanksy Reacts. Links will be down below, and I'll catch you next time.
Check him out, guys. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, join the notification squad, ring the bell, share this with your friends, and all of that stuff, guys. And I will see you guys next time. Check me out on social media. Give me a Hulk fist bump, Shanksy. Valley flying out.